Welcome back. Thank you so much for staying with Monday Special. The hashtag is Monday Special KE on Twitter. Text us on 22422. We had one or two questions earlier on, and we'll field those in just a few moments. Mwangech Andy on Twitter is tweeting from Mombasa, and he's saying, how does rebranding play a major role in fighting emerging competition? So some great questions coming in from our audience watching. And for now, I'll introduce you to our panelists. We'll let our other panelists introduce themselves in just a moment. Tell us about their businesses, how long they've been running them, their successes, their failures, and how to get to the next level. And in studio, we have Mrs. Tabitha Karanja. Earlier on, I'd read you a brief bio about her, but obviously the founder and chief executive officer of Keroche Breweries Limited for the last 19 years, has won both local and international awards, continues to expand, and is also a family person. Thank you so much for coming to studio.
Thank you, Janet.
I think some people wonder, how do you manage to do it all? Have you learnt the balance finally, work, life, trying to get everything done? Do you know?
Yes.
Have you figured it out?
Finally.
What's the secret?
Finally.
What is the secret?
Finally, you must balance.
Yeah.
Business and life and family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How
There's time for business. That is from 8 o'clock to 5, sometimes when I can extend, but make sure that you give time to the family also.
Yeah.
Yes.
How did you choose your line of business?
Okay, but I wanted to go into manufacturing after having been in a trade business for 10 years. And whatever I was trading in was a hardware shop. So everything was in there was already manufactured. So I thought, why don't we go out and get something that we can also manufacture? And going out there is the time we found there was a gap in the liquor market.
Okay.
Yes.
And it's now, what, 19 years later?
19 years later.
Do you think back and say, I wish I had gone into something else, or are you completely fulfilled in the direction that you took with your business?
I think I'm happy because it was only one player then. And then looking at it, being able to break a monopoly that was there for 80 years, and having brought a product even that is better than what was known there then, I think I'm happy, and I've shown Kenyans that we can do it. And you've expanded. I mean, you have, you know, a new plant, you've launched a foundation, you continue to grow. Is there anything else that you want to do, something else that you feel, I've done 1, 2, 3, 4, but there's this one thing I still want to do? Expand further, open a new plant, maybe start another line of business? Yes. Okay, but expanding, we will do across Africa. For me, is to see summit across Africa, the whole of African continent. And then, of course, coming up with other drinks, like non-alcoholic drink for those people who don't drink alcoholic drinks. Okay. So you come with an non-alcoholic beer. Okay, and that's in the pipeline, something that's in the pipeline, that's underway. It's in the pipeline, yeah. All right. I'd now like to invite our entrepreneurs who are in studio this evening. We'll start at the far end. You'll introduce yourself, what you do, as we go around and come back and invite you to just engage Tabitha Karanja.
Thank you very much for giving us this opportunity. My name is Gloria Roba. I'm the founder and director of Meerkat Productions. We deal a lot with arts and culture, project management, and export of arts and culture into other industries, like into Europe. I also have other businesses. One of my new babies is a spa, cutting-edge executive salon, barbershop and spa. And, well, the other ones are centered around beauty and the project management. Wow. Yeah.
Well, that's a lot under your umbrella, so good for you. We'll come back and ask you how you also balance all of those.
All right, thank you.
All right.
Thank you for the opportunity to be here tonight. My name is Joseph Baraza. I'm the co-founder of Purple Vase Photography. We actually do commercial photography. We also do fashion events as well. We're going to venture into video very soon. Basically all about capturing moments. It's sort of been an easy journey, but all in all, that's our main focus of work. Just capturing it and to make sure your memory is there through all eternity. I think before we move forward to other panelists, we want to understand how long you've been running your businesses and your ages as well. Yes, my age, I think I'll keep that. I'm under 30. Let me just say that.
That's a good one. I think Gloria is going to borrow that as well.
She's
under 30. Fair enough. Fair enough. Let's move on. You've been running for about 3 years?
No, I would like... No, really. I'm 29 years, and the reason I bring this up is because my birthday is coming up, and I have a whole fundraising thing around there.
All right. And you've been running your businesses
Meerkat is it's 6 years now. Since 2011, yeah.
Okay, great. And yourself?
I've been doing it since 2012.
Okay.
Yeah, professionally.
All right. Okay.
Thank you, Janet, for the invitation. My name is Wangoi Mwangi. I'm the founder of Zalika Fashion House. Mainly, we deal with streetwear fashion and women's clothing, and we are also venturing into corporate clothing. Okay. And my business has been running for about 3 years now. About my age,
under 30.
I'm under 30, but I'm 26.
All right.
Proud of my age, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. It's impressive, right? Yeah.
My name is Dennis Kiproto Satya. Okay. I do ICT.
A bit louder?
I do ICT.
Yeah.
So I'm the founder of HomePesa.
Yeah.
A diaspora money transfer service.
Yeah.
That actually links all global banks direct to M-Pesa.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I'll just ask that you keep the microphone so that the people at home can hear what you're saying. Yeah. Could you just start again, because we didn't quite get that?
My name is Dennis Satya. Okay. I do ICT. I'm the founder of HomePesa, a diaspora money transfer service that actually links all global banks direct to M-Pesa.
Okay.
We've been in operation for 4 months now, and transferred with the 15,000 registration, and transferred over 70 million from abroad to Kenya.
Okay.
Thank you.
I think the one thing, and I know Mrs. Karanja has noticed, you're all under 30, so fantastic that
I'm
you all...
27.
Yeah, okay. And I think that's something we'd want to commend you about. Now, you know, there's this whole issue of unemployment in Kenya, not just Kenya, but really around the world. Maybe a few of you could tell me, why did you choose to go it alone, knowing some of the challenges that come with setting up a business? What was your motivation to saying, I'm going to choose my own line, my own direction, and how you've managed to stay for the duration that you have? Anyone would like to answer that?
I think I'd answer that. For me, I was in the science field before all this started, and I think I was so tired of tarmacking. I was so tired of looking for a job, and all they would tell me is, you need to further your education. But there was no money to further the education. So I started my business more about a hobby, and I slowly created it to what I loved to do. So for me, the motivation was waking up in the morning, and I'm doing what I want to do. Yeah. And I love to do it. And
you have no regrets?
No regrets at all.
Okay. The same? Okay, you can pass that on.
I think one of the things a lot of people are always saying is that, you know, you ended up as an entrepreneur because there was no jobs. I actually want to say something about that. Every given day when you wake up and you turn on the dailies or you go on the website, whatever, there's 1,000+ vacancies. And really, at this point, I always say, you know, that's escapism. For me, I ended up as an entrepreneur because I actually made a decision to leave employment and get into starting my own thing, simply because a lot of the organizations that I worked for, we had the same goal, we had the same objective, but there was a lot of things in between that I couldn't control. So I said, I'm going to go out and start something that I will be able to control and see to fruition. Yeah. So this thing of there's no jobs, I'm like,
yeah, they're there.
They're there. Yeah,
but it's about wanting to take initiative and do something that you can own.
Exactly. Or actually, the guys who actually get these jobs and are always tarmacking, it's because they don't have the discipline to keep these jobs. That's what I would say.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's an interesting perspective. And one or two questions before I invite you to just kind of interact with Tabitha, Karanja. Maybe for you, Joseph, there's people who may say, I'm in the same business, photography, that kind of thing. What then makes yours unique? What makes your particular one unique?
Okay, what makes mine particularly unique is that my interaction with the client is a little bit different. You're not just my client. I'd like to be your friend. That's the main thing. Then one thing is that I can say a lot of guys are catching up in the photography industry. They can take really good pictures, but the post-production is where now it hits them hard, because they don't know how to use the post-production softwares and all that to give it a different outlook from the next guy. Yeah. That's where the problem is. Okay. So you have to invest not only on the field, but behind the desk as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Dennis, you said you're 4 months old, so you're pretty new. What is the trajectory for you business-wise? You've talked about starting Home-Pesa. Is there a sense that you want to go further and do other things, or do you feel like, right now I'm 4 months old, let me stick to what I'm doing?
I think I should just stick to what I'm doing, because until the business is stable enough, that's when I'll go and do other things.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. All of you have, you know, like I said, doing well, you know, 6 years, 3 years, a few months, a few years, under 30, already owning your own businesses, so kudos to you, probably over and above other people your age. But there's a sense that maybe you want to perhaps take it to the next level, fight certain challenges, understand how to rebrand. I'd now like to just kind of invite you to talk to Tabitha Karanja, who's been doing this for 19 years, and maybe get a sense of how you can do more, if at all, with your businesses. So any one of you can take the floor and talk to Tabitha. Gloria wants to. I have a feeling she has like a few tricks up her sleeve. But
no. It's because really I admire you, really, and I have read a lot about you. So when I had been coming on studio to, you know, have an interaction with you, I was like, okay, this is going to be interesting.
Yeah.
I always have this question for a lot of people who have been in the industry as entrepreneurs and been there for more than 10 years and have actually been able to expand. My question would be, simply because it's a challenge to me, first of all, how did you come up with your funds to begin your business? Because I had a challenge. I've been in banks in and out, and I mean, really, without a pay slip, a loan is a problem. So I wanted to understand, like, as you expand and as you move forward, perhaps maybe you can like share with us how some of us can, get this money to expand our businesses.
You just went straight to it. How do we get this money? I think you can ask, and we'll just have a chance for her to answer as we go along. So maybe you can answer, Gloria.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Gloria. Okay, it's always the same. When you're starting your business, you normally start with your capital, because no bank will really give you money for the first time. But the minute you put in and you have discovered that gap, and then you focus, where you want to go, write a business plan, take it to the bank, they'll buy your idea. The minute you have a good business plan, they'll buy your idea. That's how we started.
We'll come to you. Sorry, go. I'm sorry to interrupt you.
If I tell you I started my business with how much, you'll never believe. Because even me today, I don't believe how I started it. But the minute you went to the bank, the first, you start with 1 million, even not 1 million. Maybe you start with 200,000. I'm sure you're past that now. 1 million, I'm sure you're past that. Then now 3 million, 5 million, 10. You go to 1 billion, you go to 5 billion. It is possible, provided you have that focus and you've written a very nice business plan showing where you want to go, where you are and where you want to go. They'll buy that idea, because banks, their work is to sell money. So if you have a good business plan, they'll buy it and then they give you the money. Then you focus. You don't remove.
How much did you start your business with? How much did you use? Do you remember?
It is below 1 million shillings, to be frank.
Yeah.
It was below 1 million shillings. And it has grown now to where it is today.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, she can ask a question briefly before we give everyone else a chance. No worries.
I know about the proposal and everything and the banks, and would you, because at this, I'm asking because I have actually gone through this whole system, and I do believe I have a good business plan. It's the reason we've been able to expand even within the 6 months. So, would you recommend banks? Which banks would you recommend for startups? Because a lot of people who are watching this are like, tell us the banks you went to that gave you money.
I know, yes. Yeah. I started with Breweries Bank.
Okay.
And it is funny, because anytime I go even to an interview, maybe international, they'll always ask, well, did you use a local bank or international bank? Because international banks, they don't know how to take risks that are in Africa. But maybe I was lucky, because after I sold my idea and the Breweries bought into it, they've held my hand up to today.
Yes,
so
is something you might consider?
Now. So go to Breweries.
Yeah. Actually, to be honest, I will consider
it's an international bank.
The banks that we have been to.
Even maybe Gloria, to be frank, I also went to other banks, but they could not understand what I'm trying to say. But Breweries understood my problem from day one.
Okay, thank you.
Again, very briefly, because I want to give everyone a chance to ask. There's certain loan funds that have been launched like the KCB to Jiajiri, which I think was a 50 billion loan for youth. to access. Would you also advise our panelists to look at these types of opportunities where they've launched all these funds specifically for entrepreneurs? Is that something that you would also encourage them to do?
Yes, I would encourage, but it depends on which level somebody is.
Okay.
So if you're looking for big money, maybe that's not what will help you. But it's good always to visit any bank and see. Yeah.
All right, you had a question as well.
Yeah, I have a question to Tabitha. I believe Keroche has a mentorship program on entrepreneurs and training them how to grow their businesses. So I'd like to find out, for someone who's upcoming or who has been there for example, me, 3 years, what criteria do they look at your business to actually give you that funding or to get you to the program that you offer? Because sometimes you apply for funds and you get emails that, sorry, you've not made the cut. So what is this cut that we need to know that we have to do this and this and this?
Okay. Yeah, we have a mentorship program. Let's say we have a Keroche Foundation. But this one takes people of your level now, 3 years, 4 years. But I think today they're talking about turnover of 10 million. Before, the first session was about 3 million. But today is about 10 million. But what we are doing is not giving money. Okay, we'll give you a token at the end of it, but it is that we are mentoring you using our platform, calling all the other entrepreneurs that have been there for long, who have done business that we've seen they've succeeded, and then we call them to come and mentor the people that we pick. And this mentorship is about branding, marketing, being innovative, name them, financing, all those. So somebody who've done that will come and mentor the people on how to do the business plan. Another one is on marketing. Another one is on building a brand that can compete globally. So that's what we've been doing. And you can apply. I think it's on. You can apply.
Can I ask you, what would they say if they told you haven't met the criteria? Would you go back and ask them, what do you mean, to get an idea of where they were coming from? Did you ever try that?
Well, sometimes you'd write the email, but you'll never get a reply.
Yeah.
So it's an official send out that these are the people who've not made the cut. So you just told, I'm sorry, we regret that you're not able to make the cut.
Okay.
So there is no explanation, and even if you try, it's a bit hard.
Okay.
They might not give you the criteria.
For me, I wouldn't want you to give up on that, because when I remember the first mentees when they came, 2014 to 2015, there are some still who felt that we cannot get loans. But immediately we finished mentoring them for 1 year, all banks now are calling them. So I think it is just something that you need to understand on how to write that business plan and get to the banks, and they will give you the money.
Okay.
Yes, so don't give up, because any business you want to grow, you must do it through financing. You can't do a big business through your pockets. It must be through financing.
Through financing.
Yes.
Okay. Dennis, you have a question?
Okay, question to Madam CEO. Your biggest strength that you'd want startups like us to adopt so that to be successful in business like you?
I think it's focus. It's focus and that determination that you never ever give up. You have that focus, you want to reach your business where you want to reach, so nothing, no challenge you'll ever say that this one can stop me to get to where I want to go. So, and then getting out of comfort zones, of course, immediately after you're comfortable, can see now you're so comfortable, both of you. For me, I'm talking of a business of billions, but I'm not sleeping because I have these loans and this, whatever. So to get out of that comfort zones and to be able to take risks, become innovative, and build business that are beyond yourself. So when you build business that are beyond yourself, now you find that you are going beyond Africa, global businesses and all that. Yes.
I had a question for you. If you look internationally, there are big brands names which can actually hold water on their own, right? Like in my field, it's the service industry. I'm having a bit of a problem whereby I don't know if I should make myself the brand or my business the brand. If someone looks at me as like, they look at Purple Vase as a brand, they follow that or they follow me. So do I overtake or overshadow my business and become the face of it, or do I let my business grow and actually sell itself? So I don't know, I'm having that bit of a struggle out there. So I don't know if you can advise me on that.
Okay. It's a business should be, you should grow the business as a brand. But when you look at Tabitha, it's different because of the many challenges that I went through. So at the end of it, people knew me before they knew my business, because they could see me coming out, trying to fight for these challenges and all that. Then they knew me before my business. But I always encourage people, it's better the business more than you. Yes.
Okay. You have another question? Okay.
Actually, no, you talked about the challenges and how, you know, we got to know you. And I know we all have challenges in the different fields that we are, you know, photography, fashion, IT, and I'm in production. My question to you would be, because, I mean, you deal with alcohol and, you know, we can't just go back and forth with this. How have you been dealing with the corporate responsibility of having to brand yourself as, yes, you are selling alcohol, but then at the same time, how are you making it responsible? How are you sending out the message like, okay, you know, you can have alcohol, but at the same time drink responsibly, but at the same time we want your money, but at the same time, shall we drive home or now Uber? You know, there's just a lot of things that you're dealing with. So for me, it's interesting to know how you're dealing with that, because I'm actually in a situation within my businesses where I am left to think like, okay, I want this guy's money, but at the same time I have to think moral upside of the story. How do you deal with that?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. In Keroche, we've been preaching responsible drinking. But you see, liquor business is big all over the world. It's the biggest business ever in the world. But because of the mix-up in Kenya about the illicit brews and all that, maybe that's why now we tend to talk about alcohol so much. But when you go to other parts of the world, it's a business and is well respected. And with the move now to crack down the illicit brews, we are so happy, the legitimate companies, because now we start respecting the alcohol business like it is done in other parts of the world, because it's big.
How do you brand yourself out there? To me personally, I drink whiskey, and I see you, if you know, advertising a product, and how would you tell the person that you want to spend money, buy alcohol in, you know, the numbers, but at the same time, listen, we have government on this side, and MCCA telling us, you know, dry. I mean, that's what I'm asking, because it's a very thin line.
Okay. No. Responsible drinking, that is a must. And we support it, and we keep on encouraging it everywhere we are. Like me, I keep on saying, although I'm fought by the marketing people, that drink 1 beer, 2 beer, go home. Don't drink, you know, the way Kenyan sometimes they want to step on a hook. 1 beer, 2 beers, and drink one every day, and you drink the whole of your life. The life you are given here in the world, you drink the whole of it. Like me, I drink every day 1, but I don't drink more than 2. So I keep on telling people that, and the responsible drinking is so key. And we keep on preaching about it till our people understand that this alcohol is good, but when done responsibly.
In moderation.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, I also wanted to touch on that issue of CSR, corporate responsibility. How much does it take to actually start engaging in that? Do you need to start making millions, like 100 of millions, or can you just start small? Because sometimes when you're starting out, maturity of a business takes a couple of years. We're not in the maturity of our businesses yet. And I know, and do we start now, or do we wait until you're mature in our businesses, then we start corporate responsibility?
No, you start now. You start now. Every business, you start it the right way from the beginning, with the right employees, with the right, let's say, like the charity that you want to, the charity that you want to give out of your business. I think you start it as young as it is, and people will remember what you did and now what you're able to do. Yes.
She just raised an interesting point before I allow you. She said we are in the maturity of our business. How do you define when you have made that breakthrough? How do you define that time when you can say, my business is now mature? Is there a time? Is there a time frame for it, or just does it depend on what you've managed to do with your business?
No, I think the only thing you know is when you build a brand. You know, you build a brand, like now what we have Citizen is already a brand. But to reach a maximum, I don't think there is any time that you reach. Only your time go retire, but other people take over.
Okay.
Yes, because like now the business we are competing with, they are talking of 300 years.
Yeah.
When I go around the world, I see businesses that are 300 years. An alcohol was started 300 years ago. So for me, I know I'm just doing my time. I hand over like that. So there is no limit that you can say. But you will say you've done it during your time, on how, depending on how much the brand you build, how worth was it, then you leave other people continue. Yeah. The sky is the limit.
The sky is the limit. We have time for one or two more questions because of time. Yeah.
In every business, there is competition.
Yeah.
So there is either healthy competition or unhealthy competition. Knowing Keroche, it's a brand on its own. So how are you able to keep yourself above your competitors or better? What's your step? What's your uniqueness? How do you keep yourself unique in that competition?
Okay, ours, and the reason why we've survived is because of quality. When we came in, we knew. With the brands that were there, we had to go a step further and build brands that were better than what was there, so that people would listen to us. You can imagine a brand that has been there for 80 years. You tell somebody you brought another brand next to it, it would have been very hard. But when we brought better, so people discover that they are better than what they were used to. So I can only say it's quality. And the minute you distinguish yourself on quality, you are ready to go, and the sky will be your limit. Yes.
Perhaps my last one, sorry to hog the mic. What's your legacy? Because everyone ends up in a business one way or another, but then everyone has a drive, like you said. So for instance, for me, I really want to do something with the arts and culture industry in Kenya. So my legacy is to build something that guys will be like, you know, that girl brought this, that girl did this. What's yours? What's your legacy?
Okay. Let's say mine, of course, to make sure that Keroche Breweries or the brands of Keroche Breweries are across Africa. But that's not the main now. Mine is now how much hand can I give to the upcoming entrepreneurs? That every year I make sure that one person or two people, I give a hand and they succeed. That thing, that's all. And then I change this thing of, because being up many entrepreneurs in this country. And not in the country, the whole of Africa, because you can see Africa is rising, but the foreign investors are the ones occupying the space. So why not us?
Yeah.
I think mine will be now to give a hand to the upcoming entrepreneurs, and we see how many we can build in a year.
Final question or comment from each of you. Question, comment, thoughts?
I think my comments would be specifically in direction to Tabitha. There's a lot of entrepreneurs in Kenya, and a lot of them are actually women, and a lot of them actually have come out of their shells and are doing things that are defining the industries. My comment would be that perhaps your CSR should be strategically placed to support those initiatives, because at the end of the day, a lot of resilient people are women, and I really think you should perhaps create something on that level. Yeah, yeah.
So the Keroche Foundation should most focus on the women.
Okay, I don't want to be.
You're almost going to say the opposite. Okay, go ahead, Joseph.
I don't want to bring chivalry, but I believe for gender equality, every man and woman should be given the same opportunity. It should be that women should be given this, girls should be given this. You're neglecting the boy child. That's just the truth. Every man and woman should be able to struggle for the same thing with the same opportunity. I think that's the thing that is there. So the thing is, I have a sister, I have sisters, I have a mother, and I'd like them to see them succeed, but I wouldn't want them to get handouts. Like since you're
is the hand up
initiative is good. You could have mentioned initiative for boys as well. Like you would say, like for everybody, for male and female. Anyway, what I'd like to say is it's an honor to meet you, and I've been following what you've been doing, and I've been very inspired. One day, hopefully, I'd like to be the next Spielberg of Africa, because I've noticed in Africa there's a lot of room for improvement. Our quality needs to be taken to the next notch. You need to be let's say what can I say, in competition with America, with Europe, with Japan. Yeah, so I'd say I'd like to do that. Other than that, I'm thankful for meeting you and for the great advice.
All right, thank you so much.
Yeah.
For me, I have a question, just a short one. What would you define success as an entrepreneur in your business? Yeah.
Okay.
I think success is after growing a business, and that business that will be beyond yourself, and the brands that you build can compete globally. So you can place them anywhere in the world, and they can compete with the brands that are in that area. I think so. And then, of course, building a business beyond yourself, creating employment. I think that's you sleep happy when you see that you've created something that is supporting other people, Kenyans. Yeah.
And my last advice would be, I really have learned a lot from just the few words you have taught us and you have told us. And I would like to say, for the Keroche Foundation, I think you should advertise more. You should market more for people to actually get to know about it out there, and also get on the ground, see what is there and see what people need just before you actually have the interviews for the foundation. Yeah.
Okay. I'll talk with the team.
You talk with the team.
Yeah.
She'll
And
consult with
thank
the
you for the
people.
advice. Yeah.
Dennis?
Mine is to thank you for the insights. Also, for those who are, for the people who want to transfer money from diaspora. I'm actually about to promote
Plug
myself.
in.
I promote myself. It's a platform. Thank you. For the people who want to register, it's simple. Hompesa.com.
Okay.
And then do the registration. Yeah. It's open. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Do you have any final comments for our panelists? Any parting words for them?
No, just to say thank you very much also for meeting you people, and we'll work with the foundation. What has come out is that the foundation needs to work so hard to make sure they can give as many people hand up as possible. And we have a very nice CEO, a nice team board, and I think we'll work on that.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you.
And all the
so
best.
much.
Yeah? All the best. Talk to me anytime you want to talk to me. I'm open. Thank you.
Well, that's a great opportunity. I don't even know if I have it, but I'll try. I don't know if we have any feedback on Twitter. Are growing the Kenyan economy, but rules and regulations are too much. That's then someone else here says branding is very essential to a business. Okay, then we have the reaps of hard work are bitter, but the fruits are sweet. And let's see if we have the final one. My next move is to start a good business after what I've just heard from these great entrepreneurs. So well done to you. Very, very, very quickly. A little bit more about where your businesses can be found in 2 seconds.
About Cutting Edge Executive Barbershop, Salon and Spa. We are based on 3rd floor of LEC Plaza, which is House of Leather in Kilimani Road. Come over and check us out, and get more of these personalities.
Okay. Thank you for that.
Okay, Purple Vase, it's located in Kasarani. They are freelance photographers, but they're also based in Mombasa. So we have 2 contacts. You can go to our website, purplevasephotography.com.
All right, thank you for that. And finally?
I'm digital, so I'm on all social media pages. There's Zalika Fashion House on Facebook, Zalika Fashion House on Twitter, at Koi Zalika on Instagram.
Okay.
So find us.
You already did your plug-in.
Give the guy a chance.
All right, 2 seconds because we have to wind up.
Our location is at Skyview Park Towers along Lenana Road,
Okay.
Yaya Center.
All right. Thank you all once again. Good luck. I think you're doing a great job, and I believe we'll hear soon from you as you grow your businesses. Mrs. Tabitha, Karanja, thank you so much for taking time to come. God bless you for that. Thank you for watching Monday's Special. I'm Janet Mbogo and Disha. Do have a good night.